Hello guys, this is Vidas
And Osha.
and we're starting episode 15 of Ask Vidas and Osha podcast. And today's question was sent by Joanna, our total organist student. This is what she wrote. Dear Vidas, thank you for your email. Yes, the idea of taking breaks is a good one and something I've never used to do. This is, she's writing in response of podcast episode number 5, when we talked about is it possible to learn the organ when you are 56 years old. So she writes further, I am always so anxious to do my organ practice that I try not to waste a minute, but that is a mistake. I tried taking breaks today, like you said, and it really helped. I suppose the thing that is most frustrating to me is that my progress is so slow. But I have started practicing in fragments as you suggested, and I have found that helpful. So perhaps I will see more progress. Perhaps I am a bit impatient too. Yes, I look forward to your podcast on Ask Vidas and Osha. Thank you. This is wonderful, Osha, right? That our advice is helpful to somebody
Yes, I'm glad to hear it.
in another country. And she is 56 years old, taking breaks now, and really getting, I think, a healthy habit, right, in organ practice. But she is progressing so slow. This is the most frustrating thing. What would you suggest for her?
Well, as she told herself, maybe she's a bit, impatient.
Mm-hmm.
That might be, the thing. We all, want to make fast progress, but things like, playing organ takes really long time. So the other thing, why the progress is so slow might be, that you either practicing not enough or you practicing in a wrong manner.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think with this
I
about that?
think I think yes, she should learn the correct practicing, efficient practicing technique, which might be like practicing fragments, taking frequent breaks, repeating those fragments over and over, well, until at least you get 3 times in a row without mistakes. Doing it very slowly, right, at first. What else would we suggest? Keeping the movements of the body and hands and feet to the minimum, basically. Um, do not lift the fingers and the feet of the pedal board and of the keyboard, because it should be economical movements, right? Um, but yeah, I think when we play also sometimes difficult and advanced pieces might take months to master,
Sure.
right? And we know that the deadline of our recital, for example, is coming up, and this is frustrating and sometimes challenging, right? To feel the joy of practicing, but somehow you overcome this, right, Tosha?
Yes.
What helps you to overcome this fear of not progressing fast enough?
Well, usually I have like a due date, and I know that I have to be ready by that date. And
Ready or not, you will perform,
yes,
right?
yes. So I better be ready, because it's not a good feeling, when you are show up to your recital and you are unprepared. So and when you are well prepared, it gives you sort of comfort. So when I'm not making progress, fast enough, I'm thinking what I have to do differently
Mm-hmm.
in order, to reach my final goal, because I want to be that comfortable during my recital.
Mm-hmm.
This is my probably biggest motivation.
The external motivation. You
Yes,
set up a goal and you know that people will come to listen to you, right? And if you are not well prepared, you might feel ashamed or
sure.
embarrassed, right?
Yes.
So you figure out a way to progress fast enough, right?
Yes.
To meet the schedule. Um, so maybe Joanna might also benefit from this approach. Um, Set a deadline. Well, internal deadline. We won't suggest she should perform in public
Yes.
just yet,
Yes.
but maybe for herself, set a deadline and maybe maybe choose how many fragments a day she should learn in order to reach this goal, right, in time. That would help, right, to stick to this
Sure.
schedule, right? And if she can, for example, if she can master four measures at a time, right, and then take a rest, right, because
Yes.
our body needs that. Take a walk, stretch, drink a glass of water, and then you might come back to practice some more. So if you learn four measures at a time, um, count those measures and count the fragments in the entire piece, and tell to yourself how many days would you need to have in order to master this piece, right, on time. So maybe you would need to practice a little bit more in order to learn two fragments for one day, right? Sometimes.
Yes.
Or maybe you need longer periods of time, maybe not 30 days, but 60 days for that piece. That's acceptable, right?
And I think if you are thinking that you are not making, enough progress, you have to record yourself when you're practicing. Not all the time, but for example, when you sight read a new
Mm-hmm.
piece of music, just record yourself, and then after a few days, maybe after a week, record yourself again and compare those two recordings, and you will see that you actually made a progress.
I think I suggested once the same approach to John, our student from Australia. He also was, feeling a little bit impatient, but I suggested to take maybe 3 months between those recordings. Right? You sight read a piece, record it, maybe just one page, right? And you make maybe 20, 50, 100 mistakes, doesn't matter. This is your original level. And then in 3 months you come back to the same piece, right? In this period you never look at this piece, of course, but after that 3 months you come back and say treat it again, recording yourself. And Joanna, if you do this, you will find out just how really fast and far you have progressed by this, right? 3 months. Or okay, if you are impatient, do this in 30 days. 30 days challenge, that would be enough, right? It's a compromise. What would you think about this, Osha? Would that work?
I hope so.
Uh-huh. So, but Joanna has to take this seriously and practice every day, just to keep moving, right?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
Mm-hmm. Good, guys. So go ahead and practice today some beautiful organ music, and send us more questions, right? It's fun, and we like helping you grow as an organist. This was Vidas,
And Osha,
and remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.